Good evening. The television and radio stations of the United States and their affiliated stations are proud to provide facilities. Nixon.
This is a THORnews presentation. I'm pretty sure the V vector that's in all space programs stands for Venus. This is Venus here. This is Venus here. You know, come to think of it, we don't really talk about Venus much. And I guess is a visual representation of Venus. I'm gonna have to go with Selena Gomez. Probably for the same reason I picked her as female Quetzalcoatl. You know, the feathered serpent from Mayan. Uh-oh, they're coming to get me. Stop that man from talking about Venus.
I ain't crazy.
I'm sciencing for sure. THORnews presents. This video is really not intended for non-superheroes. And that's the truth. Because if you keep watching from this point on, you're going to see quite a bit of freaky shit. Looks like Venus broke. Or Venus is a comet? Okay.
Just like Maverick and Top Gun, I'm getting inverted on this one. And I'm flipping Donnie Down Thumbs, the bird. No, not the middle finger. An actual dove. I'm flipping him a dove in a way the dove will not get harmed. And maybe he can catch it as I zoom on by in my F-16.
Looks like Venus broke.
Comet Planet Venus.
You're crazy.
I ain't crazy.
I'm sciencing for sure.
Anyway, before you freak out, crap your pants, get all mad at me again. Somebody put out an APB for payphones. I think they've all been kidnapped.
We don't really know much about Venus. Goddess of love? Venus is a terrestrial planet. Venus is a tiny gas giant. Venus is a comet.
As the comet of the century. Comets. Harbingers of lots of YouTube videos for sure.
Venus is a baby star? Venus is make-believe. It's the stereo head HI. We only get 35 frames from September 10th. At least it's giving us some data. Okay, so it is blocked out on the 20th. There's not a lens flare. And coincidentally, both cameras seem to be watching Venus. We skipped 21, 22. And it seems like there's a lot of crap around Venus. 23. And then at 24, apparently the charcoal grill exploded and got charcoal over everything. Or there was a space volcano and the ash disrupted us from seeing whatever's going on with Venus. And if you notice on the 24th, they black out this area. Now follow me, stick with me. 25th, we still got the blackout. 26 blacked out. Alright, that's just getting us started. Now let's get to the show. So this is Venus. Notice both cameras are watching it, which is weird. Right there. See that? What is that? That is a lens flare. Overexposure. Still overexposure. 22nd, 23rd. Giant plasma chunk. 23rd. Oh, look at that. What is that? It's not a lens flare because it persists. What is that? On the 24th. What is that? See? Still there. Did a spaceship blast off of Venus? Like a comet? Did it lose a chunk? Are we moving closer to the sun? That is why things are heating up. Did Venus break? I have to say it's pretty freaking interesting that the stereo behind goes down. And up until then, both cameras were watching Venus. Did Venus break? Is Venus a comet? Did Venus give birth to a planet? Does Venus give birth to comets? You won't be able to look away. It's mesmerizing. It's hypnotizing. Vong looks scary. Man, over 100-mile-per-hour winds. It's got the eye of Sauron. That is not good. Japan deserves better. My prayers are with you. That thing is vicious. The typhoon over Japan, it's 4 holes in a row. We got this little one and this binary hurricane. It's mesmerizing. California still got the wind wall, I guess. 24th, 1329. 2 hours later, still there. Can't wait to hear what the No Fun Gang are going to describe. Venus is love. All we need is love. Yeah, man. See, they can't really take good photos of Venus because it's all volcanoes. And volcanoes don't photograph. Also, it's got a crappy atmosphere. and you can't really photograph crappy stuff. So we just kind of gave up on it. We're like, forget you, man. It's why we don't talk about Venus much, even though it's basically Earth's twin. Everything is all Mars, 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 Mars. Forget about you, Venus. It's because you're female. That's why science doesn't pay attention to you. Science is male-dominated. Sorry. Why do the photographs look so different? Venus is confusing. Women are hard to figure out. Really. Oh, Venus. Don't get me in trouble. Just seems weird, man, to have stereo break ahead of time. Have stereo A lose all of its function. Have both happen to watch Venus. And then Venus act really weird. The 24th, in between, that area is blacked out. And that is totally blacked out. Crazy. I don't know what else to say. I know the two giant typhoon hurricanes look crazy as shit. Who knows what's going on, man? So for B to be getting it and A to be getting it, they literally have to be pointing the cameras at it. Too bad. What is that? I've been teaching class at THORnews University for almost 2 years now. And so if you're not excelling, this is not the video for you. Because we got a lot of strange stuff going on. Not even counting the fact that stereo behind has gone offline much earlier than ever intended. And ahead is barely giving us much info. You'll notice on this camera it stops at the 27th. What I don't understand is if they knew shit was going to fall apart, why'd they have to make everybody so miserable? I don't think that was necessary. But notice this point of the sun, this portion, is super brighter than usual, and it stays that way up until the point they shut it off. I see you brought your battleships, and you're looking for a fight. Oh, you're ready? Come and get it. So, alright. How much do I really know? And how much of my knowledge is hearsay? Something I heard people say and took it as fact. That's a rhetorical question. You don't have to ask yourself that. I wonder how many happy days Marilyn Monroe and Arthur Miller had. Enough to get married, I guess. Heavy hitters don't like it when their women have crushes on other men. It's one of the things they'll tolerate the least. Because that's when men get most murderous, illogical, irrational. Is if they get jealous over another man over a woman. I do a lot to balance my aggro. Hey Mercury, how are you, speedy buddy? Looks like Venus broke. Or Venus is a comet? Okay. And this is the Pleiades sisters. All 7. I'm sure I'd have much better luck with stellar women. Alright. Now let's watch it in regular time. Venus is very active. And as I've noted, Pleiades looks weird. Looks like a space duck inside of an eye with a Death Star on its right shoulder, followed by a bright symphony of celestial objects. I don't know what to say, man.
Explosion. Okay, can't wait. Somebody's gonna explain this to me, and I'm gonna look real extra dumb stupid. Okay, great. Sometimes Venus acts like a dirty snowball. What? Yeah, that sounds pretty stupid. Okay, we've hammered that horse to death. Who hammers horses anyways? Nobody when I'm around. Comet Venus? Comet Planet Venus. Venus is a comet? Yo, crazy. Comet me, bro.
You know, come to think of it, we don't really talk about Venus much. See that CME pop out? And then camera over. Over and done with. So I'm just curious, what's going on? You know? A million soldiers march from the sun. A billion lives have just begun. Infinite light cascades through the sky. A trillion souls give the cry. The child of destiny lives in the best of me. The child of destiny lives in the best of you. And I'm so glad you walked with me. I was blind, but now I see.
What's up with that? Can I get some explicaciones? Explanations? No, I can't. Okay, great. Anyway.
Maybe Venus is a star? If horses and caballeros are from Venus, then everything is gonna be okay. You hear what I say? But on days like today, everything's up in the air. Can't you feel it? The sun's going around like a clock. I guess that's normal. There's our supergiant filament. Those are some big sun loops, man. That is huge. Just growing huger. Look at that thing. That thing is huge. We got a giant pyramid on the sun. Man, it's just like bad guy paradise around here. God, send Earth help. We need you. Bad. Don't look straight into it. Some people had proposed earlier Venus was a comet. Comet-like. NASA's even admitted to as much. I've done videos on it.
Crazy times indeed, people.
Venus doesn't have a magnetic field. So Venus is just this big rock with this atmosphere, and the ionosphere, sitting in space, and the supersonic solar wind with the interplanetary magnetic field whacks into Venus, and it can't penetrate through the ionosphere. So the interplanetary field lines just sort of pile up ahead of Venus, like cars on a freeway. The solar wind whacking into it essentially sort of strips off the atmosphere, and it literally forms this long tail, like a comet, but stretching out into space.
And then you go, okay, guess I was dumb. I didn't know Venus' reflection made giant spaceship-looking triangles.
Yeah, God bless everyone.
I ain't crazy. I'm sciencing for sure.